What's it like going out knowing there's the possibility that you could just be driving along very innocently and getting pulled over by the police?
Well, it's a terrifying feeling knowing that me getting pulled over could result in me being shot.
I'm here in Compton outside the Center for Sustainable Communities here with Bijan Machen. Bijan, thank you for making the time today.
Thank you, man. This is awesome. I'm so happy to be talking to you. It's great to meet you and learn about what you do. I'm really excited that you're doing everything that you're doing to raise awareness and really add more positivity and light to the world. It's really important. So thank you for having me.
Oh, a pleasure. Thank you. So you did some really interesting work out here working with youth who need the help. Can you just tell us a little bit about what it is you do right here?
Absolutely. So here at the Center for Sustainable Communities, we started a program called Earth with a capital A-R-T. And we want to teach young people about sustainability through the context of art. And we looked at the earth as something that we need to sustain and take care of, right? And we saw a need to teach students about how they can positively contribute to the sustainability of their communities, of the world, and of themselves through the lens of mobile filmmaking. So we partnered with We Make Movies and created a really amazing 12-week workshop where students learned how to make movies on iPhone and iPad, but also they learned about cooking and growing healthy food, so gardening. And they literally all got their own gardens. They learned about banking, about setting up a business structure. They learned about how to present work to clients, how to pitch themselves.
Now, this is really interesting stuff, because you're actually answering the first question, or the second question before I've asked it, which is, we're now, 3 weeks after the death of George Floyd, just 2 weeks after the riots in Los Angeles. There are stores all over the town, all over the city, which have been boarded up. And the question I really wanted to ask is, what can be done inside the black community to bring about equality and bring about lasting change?
The one area that I think needs to receive the most attention at an individual level in order to create societal change is about love and appreciation for oneself. So teaching kids how to identify who they are, what they can bring to the world, what they offer, and show them how to use their gifts to create a sustainable life.
What's it like going out knowing there's the possibility that you could just be driving along very innocently and getting pulled over by the police?
Well, it's a terrifying feeling knowing that me getting pulled over could result in me being shot for no reason. And I've been wrongly accused of crimes. I've been harassed by police for doing absolutely nothing. And it should not feel like a possible death sentence whenever I leave my house.
And are there any of your friends who haven't had a similar experience?
I don't know too many. Most of my friends have had some kind of encounter with the police, usually when doing nothing wrong, and it wasn't positive. I don't know if I've heard anybody, black or white, talk about a positive encounter with police or police doing good things or meeting good cops, but I do know dozens upon dozens of people, black, white, Asian, Indian, all kinds of races, that have had negative altercations with cops, been threatened by cops, been physically abused by cops. I have tons of stories about that. And I also have stories of my own. And I feel like it's very unfair to have been born with a skin color that makes me a target for social injustice.
And does it make any difference, the fact that you have a master's degree, that you're an artist, that you work in community work, that you work in sustainability, you're working with youth? Does any of that have an impact at the point when you're being pulled over by the police?
It doesn't matter. They don't care about that. They see the color of my skin, they see my hair. They don't care that I serve my community, that I'm a devout Christian and I love all people, that I am a hardworking man, that I have all these degrees and have done all kinds of things, and that I'm a successful artist. They don't care about that. They just see the color of my skin, and there's fear and there's hate.
What kind of pressure do you feel? Have you been pulled over by the police much? Have you found much prejudice? What specifically have you experienced?
I've definitely experienced racism from police. I've been wrongly accused of crimes and been arrested and jailed for crimes that I did not commit, and had to spend my hard-earned money to fight the case and prove my innocence. And at the end of the day, nothing happened with the officer. It's just another day for him. but he completely screwed up my life for a while.
How long did you have to spend in jail?
I was in jail just for like a night or two and arrested for DUI, but I hadn't had a drink.
And so did they drop the charges?
Absolutely. After a long court process, after I was already in prison, after I told the police officer that arrested me that I was sober, after I passed the sobriety test, and after I disappointed my parents, humiliated myself, and did I mention the court costs?
How much were the court costs? How much did you have to spend to prove your innocence?
I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was over $7,000.
Oh my gosh, and you couldn't claim that back?
No. That was just to prove my innocence in a court against a white police officer and a white judge.
And how do you feel now? Because you seem very balanced, you're certainly very sophisticated, intellectual. Like, how do you feel about the system having gone through all of this?
The system needs to be fixed. I feel like the system is unjust and unfair in a lot of ways. Now, there are people doing things to correct that. I know of numerous African-American attorneys. I know the U.S. Attorney Ron Machen many years ago launched an investigation unit just to police the police and police the judicial system and make sure that people who were wrongfully arrested were getting DNA tests and things done to help prove their innocence. And they had resources to help prove that they didn't do it, because I feel like for a long time in America, and probably still now, there's been a mission to arrest black men. There's been a mission to imprison the black man, and I don't know if it's as hidden an agenda today as it might have been in the past, but it's certainly an agenda, and it's alive, and I've experienced it in my own life. I feel pressure when I drive and I see a police officer, and I have no reason to. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I got my license. I have everything that I need to be able to feel comfortable in my skin driving around outside in America, going to the grocery store, but I still don't feel comfortable because I know that a police officer doesn't need a reason to shoot and kill me. I paint the words "love people" on murals all over the world because I want to leave that mark. I want that to be my legacy. Love people. It doesn't matter what people, it doesn't matter who they are, what they look like, it doesn't matter what their history is, doesn't matter if you know them or not. You need to love them. Love people and love yourself. Eliminate criticism from your life, and you will eliminate criticism and judgment of others. And it all comes back to love.
Bijan, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Marcus. This was great.